1 year ago, Dylan Harper entered the NBA carrying enormous expectations. The second overall pick was viewed as one of the safest guard prospects in years. But even with all that hype, very few people expected just how quickly he would begin proving he belonged on a winning team. Instead of chasing stats, Harper embraced whatever role was asked of him. He played under control, defended multiple positions, attacked the rim with confidence, and became one of the most efficient rookie guards in basketball. During the regular season, he averaged nearly 12 points while shooting over 50% from the field, and his impact only grew during the playoffs as his minutes and responsibilities increased. Now comes the hard part, year 2. This is where great young players separate themselves from future superstars. Because expectations are no longer about fitting into the NBA, they're about taking over games. And if Dylan Harper develops the way many believe he can, the league may soon be talking about him as one of the youngest elite scoring guards in basketball. Today, we're breaking down exactly what should be expected from Harper in his sophomore season, why his offensive ceiling is much higher than his rookie numbers suggest, and what improvements could transform him into one of the NBA's next breakout stars. Let's get into it. The rookie season was better than the numbers suggest. If you only looked at the box score, you might think Harper had a nice but not spectacular rookie season. Around 12 points, nearly 4 assists, solid rebounding, efficient shooting. Those numbers don't immediately scream future superstar, but context matters. Harper wasn't handed the keys to the offense. He wasn't taking 20 shots every night. He wasn't dominating possessions. Instead, he earned his role through winning basketball. Every month, his confidence grew. Every month, the game slowed down. By playoff time, he looked like an entirely different player. His scoring increased. His decision-making improved. His confidence attacking defenders skyrocketed. Most importantly, he looked comfortable on the biggest stage. That's something you simply cannot teach. Several analysts even pointed to Harper's poise as one of the biggest reasons San Antonio's future looks so bright, noting how mature his game appeared despite being one of the youngest players in the league. His greatest weapon isn't his jump shot. When people think about scoring guards, they usually think about deep threes. Harper is different. His greatest weapon is getting to the basket. Very few rookie guards finish around the rim with the combination of strength, patience, footwork, and body control that Harper already possesses. He doesn't rely on overwhelming athleticism. He changes pace. He manipulates defenders. He absorbs contact. He uses angles, then somehow finishes anyway. That's an advanced NBA skill. Elite rim pressure creates easier offense. Defenders collapse. Passing lanes open. Teammates get better looks. Entire defenses shift. That's why coaches love players who can consistently break down the first line of defense. Harper already does that. Now imagine what happens after another offseason in an NBA strength program. Imagine another year studying defenders, another year improving his finishing package. That's where the leap begins. The mid-range game could become unstoppable. One thing that separates great scorers from elite scorers is versatility. Harper already has flashes of an excellent mid-range game. The footwork, the balance, the patience, those are difficult skills to teach. If he becomes a reliable pull-up shooter from 15 to 18 feet, defenders face an impossible decision. Play back, he attacks the rim. Step forward, he gets by you. Go under screens, he knocks down jumpers. That balance is exactly what the NBA's best scoring guards possess. Harper doesn't need to become Stephen Curry from 3. He simply needs enough shooting consistency that defenders can no longer cheat. Once that happens, everything else opens.
His three-point shot is the biggest swing skill. If there's one area that could completely change Harper's ceiling, it's outside shooting. His rookie percentages were respectable, but respectable isn't what creates all-star seasons. Great shooters force defenders to pick them up 30 feet from the basket. That changes spacing. That creates driving lanes. That generates free throws. That leads to easier offense. If Harper raises his three-point percentage into the upper 30s while increasing his volume, his scoring average could climb dramatically. Instead of defenses packing the paint, they'll have to guard him everywhere. That's terrifying. Expect a huge increase in usage. One thing young stars almost always experience entering year 2 is opportunity. The coaching staff trusts them more. Teammates trust them more. The game slows down. Mistakes decrease. Harper has already shown he can handle bigger moments. His playoff performances proved he isn't afraid of pressure. Many around the league now expect him to receive a significantly larger offensive role following his strong postseason. That doesn't necessarily mean he'll dominate the ball every possession. It means more actions run specifically for him, more isolation opportunities, more pick and rolls, more chances to close games. And with increased opportunity comes increased production. 20 points per game isn't crazy. Let's talk numbers. Could Harper average 20 points? Absolutely. Here's why. He already scores efficiently. He already finishes at a high level. He already gets into the paint consistently. Those are usually the hardest skills for young guards to develop. The easiest thing to increase? Volume. If his minutes increase, if his usage climbs, if his jumper improves even slightly, 20 points becomes a realistic target instead of an impossible dream. Would it happen immediately? Maybe, maybe not, but the path is clearly there. The playmaking will keep defenses honest. One thing often overlooked about Harper is his passing. He's not just looking to score, he reads the floor exceptionally well. When defenders collapse, he usually finds the open teammate. That's important because great scorers eventually face double teams. The best players punish those doubles. Harper already shows signs of understanding those reads. That makes defenses hesitant, and hesitation is exactly what elite scorers exploit. His size creates mismatches everywhere. Standing around 6'6" with a strong frame, Harper has physical advantages many guards simply don't possess. Smaller guards struggle with his strength. Larger defenders struggle with his quickness. That's matchup basketball. The NBA is increasingly about forcing favorable switches. Harper naturally creates them. Against smaller defenders, he powers through contact. Against bigger wings, he attacks off the dribble. That's an incredibly valuable offensive profile. Defense will keep him on the floor. Scoring gets attention. Defense earns minutes. Harper's willingness to defend is one reason his coaches trusted him early. He competes, he rotates, he communicates, he doesn't coast. That matters. Young players who defend stay on the court long enough to develop offensively. Harper already understands that. It's another reason expectations are so high entering year 2.
Can he become one of the league's youngest elite guards? This is the million-dollar question. Not just a good young player, not just an all-star someday. Can he become one of the NBA's premier young scoring guards? The answer depends on 3 developments. First, the three-point shot. Second, higher offensive volume. Third, continued confidence. Everything else is already there. The finishing, the pace, the strength, the IQ, the composure. Those traits usually belong to veterans. Harper displayed many of them as a rookie. That's incredibly rare. The mental side is what excites me most. Perhaps the most impressive thing about Harper isn't a crossover. It isn't a finish. It isn't even a stat. It's how calm he remains. Nothing seems too fast. Nothing seems too big. He doesn't force offense. He doesn't panic. He trusts his game. That's exactly what you want from someone expected to become a franchise cornerstone. As the pressure increases this season, maintaining that composure will be critical. If he does, everything else should continue trending upward. Realistic expectations. Let's be realistic. Every sophomore season has bumps. Defenses adjust, scouting reports improve, opponents know your tendencies.
Harper won't surprise anyone anymore. He'll have to earn everything. But great players embrace that challenge. Instead of asking whether defenses know what you're going to do, they ask whether defenses can actually stop it. That's the stage Harper is entering. Potential statistical leap. A realistic breakout season could look something like this: 18 to 21 points per game, 5 to 6 assists, 4 to 5 rebounds, improved three-point efficiency, better free throw numbers, more clutch moments. Those aren't impossible expectations. Those are attainable if his development continues at its current pace. And if everything clicks, those numbers could be even higher. Why the NBA should pay attention? Sometimes future stars announce themselves overnight. Sometimes they quietly build towards superstardom. Harper feels like the second type. Every month he adds something. Every season he gets stronger. Every game looks easier. That's usually how sustained greatness begins. His rookie season built the foundation. Year 2 could build the reputation. And once the rest of the NBA realizes just how difficult he is to stay in front of, it may already be too late. Dylan Harper doesn't need to become a completely different player. He doesn't need to reinvent his game. He simply needs to improve the skills he already possesses, become a better shooter, increase his confidence, handle more offensive responsibility, continue attacking the basket, keep defending, keep making winning plays. If he accomplishes those goals, there's every reason to believe he'll emerge as one of the NBA's brightest young stars and one of the league's most exciting scoring guards. The talent is undeniable, the work ethic appears to be there, the confidence continues to grow. Now comes the sophomore season, the year that often determines whether a promising rookie becomes a future superstar. And judging by everything we've seen so far, don't be surprised if Dylan Harper takes one of the biggest leaps in the entire NBA. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more Spurs coverage all season long, and let me know in the comments, how many points per game do you think Dylan Harper averages in his sophomore season? Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.